Hey guys, guess who's back? It's Madman, and we are back with some more Warframe content. It has been a hot minute since I have been in the saddle of the video sphere, and I figure what better way to come back than to talk about the Warframe 10th anniversary special that they rolled out starting a couple weeks ago. Now, I know I'm a couple weeks behind due to the fact that I had surgery, as some of you may know. So I missed the first couple weeks, but what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some of these alerts that they have going on, as well as the various things they're offering. And then we're going to do a little speculation on Tennocon. That's kind of the gist of this video. So let's jump into it. If you haven't heard yet, for whatever reason, Warframe is celebrating 10 years this year, and that's a pretty cool, thing. I'm pretty stoked about that because when I played this game in 2013, I got to admit I was not thrilled with what I saw. So the fact that Warframe has lasted and persisted for 10 years is pretty damn good, honestly. So they decided this year they were going to take a 10-week celebration and launch into Tennocon, which is happening in August, and basically they're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff for people who do the alerts and things of that nature. And I sat down last night to really kind of go over what those alerts were, because I didn't know. And well, let's just talk about the alerts first. That's the first part. Let's explain what those alerts are. So in weeks 1 and 2, you got an Excalibur Dex Noggle, an Aura Forma, as well as a Inferior. I've still never been able to pronounce that correctly, which tells you something. That week is gone. That week ended on the 6th of April. As of recording, this is the 11th. So we're into weeks 2 and 3. So let's take a look at the second and third week. That brings you the Dex Cerberus and the List Dex skin for the ship, which is actually what I'm working on during this video. I am doing the mobile defense alert to get the Dex skin. Now, there's also a weekend boost that they're doing for every one of these. 1 weekend a month, or 1 weekend per set, and I missed this weekend. But going forward for weeks 5 through 10, we're going to talk about what the weekend advantages are as well. So this week you get the Dex Cerberus and the List Dex skin, which is cool. I think the skin's cool. But weeks 5 and 6 are going to bring you Dex Furious and Dex Braska armor, as well as an Excalibur Dex skin. And April 21st through 24th is a double credits weekend. Now, if you've not had the pleasure of playing this game during a double credits or double resource weekend, they're super handy. Super handy. It literally is exactly what it sounds like. They double the amount of stuff that you get. That's great anywhere, honestly. So that's good. Weeks 7 and 8 start on May 5th and run through May 19th. And they bring about the Rhino Dex skin and the Dex Takara, I believe it's pronounced, as well as another double credit booster. Now, of all the things that are in here that I'm interested by, the Rhino Dex skin is the thing that I think intrigues me the most, and I really want this. That's the one that I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I really want to make sure I hit that reward, because I'm a big Rhino guy. The running joke, if you've seen any of these things, is that I'm a Rhino main. Well, you know what? Screw you. Yes, I am. And I'm not mad at that. Actually, right now I'm running Lavos as the main, but Rhino was my boy for a very long time. So weeks 9 and 10 are going to be the last ones, and that is going to bring a Wisp Dex skin, 2 companion slots, and a Dex Nwakli, I pronounced that wrong, Sayandana, and then 10 genetic cavet codes. Now, the last weekend, we're also going to do a double resource booster. Now, the whole purpose of this video wasn't to run down what they were doing, more so as to kind of lay out what I thought was good and or bad about what they were doing. And the thing with this whole 10-year celebration is Warframe has been in a bit of a drought. They go through these every so often where you get a drought here and there, and they kind of are stuck, if you will, trying to deal with certain things and make some things work. And with Duvari being delayed twice, granted it's coming out a little bit later this month, but with Duvari being delayed twice, the thing is you got to realize that they are in a bit of a drought. And I question if this 10-year anniversary does anything other than maybe bring somebody back for 15 to 20 minutes, you know, for a 2-week span. And that's always kind of been the thing with Warframe. Warframe is probably one of the best, if not the best, free-to-play game on the market, in my opinion. And I have put a lot of hours and a lot of money into Warframe, and I do not regret any of those things. The problem with Warframe is the drought, and right now we're in the midst of a content drought, waiting for Duvari to drop. Let's talk about the rewards themselves. You know, I've already said, hey, all this does is bring somebody back for 15 to 20 minutes for 2 weeks. Okay, well, let's talk about the drops themselves. There's stuff in here that's cool. The Rhino deck skin, like I mentioned, is dope. I really like that idea. I think that's a cool idea, cool concept. I think that it works well. I think that there's some cool stuff in there. However, I do believe that the overall feel of this 10-year anniversary doesn't feel like a 10-year anniversary, if that makes sense. Mainly because I just don't feel like they put enough oomph behind what they were giving away, and that hurts to, you know, that hurts to say. If you're doing a special 10-year anniversary, and I get it, right? Or Warframe is ran on microtransactions, but if you're doing a 10-year anniversary and you're really wanting to do something special, let's do more than just a couple of deluxe skins, which is effectively what the deck skin for Rhino and the deck skin for Wisp is. The Aura form is a nice touch, but at the same time, I don't think that there is enough here to justify keeping up with a 10-year anniversary pass. That's just my opinion, and a lot of people might get mad at that, and I respect that. Drop your comments below. What are your thoughts on the 10-year pass? Because that's as I sat here and combed through it last night as I was putting this script together, I realized that I just didn't feel as excited about this 10-year anniversary pass as maybe I should have, and that hurts because I've played Warframe 6, maybe 6.5 out of the last 10 years, on and off. So yeah, that's just, geez. So there's that, but there's another part to this video, as I kind of hinted at in the beginning. We're going to talk about Tennocon. Now, Tennocon is happening in August, and normally Tennocon is full of reveals and full of big moments where they debut or hype the next big expansion, which I'm all about. The problem is Duvari is dropping in less than 2 weeks, which means one of two things. Either we're not gonna have an expansion to debut, or we're gonna have such light information about that expansion that it's going to leave people questioning, you know, with a lot more questions than answers. And that's not always a good thing in terms of a developer conference. So I kind of want to talk about what I think we might see as part of Tennocon and what I kind of hope we'll see as part of Tennocon. The big thing I partially wonder if we're going to get
is fully supported cross-play and cross-save. Now, cross-save has been on the books for a hot minute, and I have stated that I think cross-save is coming sooner rather than later, and I hope that it does. That said, that also means you're going to have to really ratchet up how certain things are done, such as trade, such as the clans. All that stuff's going to have to be ironed out the fire. And we've not really gotten a lot of information about what could or couldn't happen. And because of that, it makes me wonder if maybe that's not their big drop for Tennocon. Now, that said, there's also the potential that we do get an additional mainline story update and at least an expansion, maybe an expansion name like they did with Railjack. They called it Empyrean at Tennocon. I think that's something we could get, but I think without some big, oh, holy hell event, you know, DE finds themselves in a bit of a weird conundrum, and that's always been the on and off with DE and with Warframe, is we don't have set season passes like you do in a lot of live service games. Hell, the Nora Nightwave, which is something else we could get, honestly, is a Nightwave update, but the Nightwave has been out now for 2.5, 3 months, maybe 4. I'd have to look up the exact date. But there's no specific end date. They just kind of launch it and unlaunch it at will. And that's the consistency of that has always been in question to me. I did a short on that a while back. I think that would be, this is one of the few games that I think a battle pass with 100 tiers would fully warrant. And I would definitely pay for it even as a free to play game. I think that's something that they should test the waters on. Shit. No. That's so I'd like to see more Nora information coming down the pipe for Tennocon, but I question a lot of what we may or may not get. So overall, there's nothing to write home about in this 10-week pass, sadly. You get some cool stuff, like I got the deck skin here. I'm pretty sure I got the deck skin in this one. I could be wrong. You know, there's some cool stuff, but at the same time, nothing that you couldn't live without, ultimately. And then with Duvari dropping here shortly, and then Tennocon coming right around the corner, there's a lot of questions. And I think this is going to be a big time for DE to step up. I think this is going to be a big time for DE to have to kind of pull one out of their hat, so to speak, if they're going to be trying to get people to come back. And I think they should. And ultimately, I really hope that this is kind of a swing in the right direction, if you will, for how Warframe perceives its content and the way that its content is dropped. So I want to know what you guys think. Please drop that in the comments. What do you think of the 10-year anniversary pass? What do you think we're going to see at Tennocon? Do you have hopes for a Nightwave Volume 4? Do you have hopes for a announcement for crossplay, cross-save, or full crossplay, I should say, or cross-save? I want to hear all those comments. If you guys have any questions, drop those below as well. You can also drop video ideas if you want something you want to see me cover lore-wise or tutorial-wise or anything like that. Drop those in the description below. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and be sure to follow me over on Twitch, where we stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sometimes we're a little bit later or earlier, but usually 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, make sure you join me over on Twitch. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Madman, saying that the next time you're out in the Origin system hunting down the enemies, be safe.